Pero
Hindi ko nakita yung peking eh.
And there's no roar for 20 seconds. It's gonna die fast, Owen.
Maybe they can try for a steal. XXS in with a stop, but it's a little early.
Oh, ano pag nakuha ang Aegis? Parang isang clash lang to, tapos to.
Ame is not here.
Satanic, he's now returned to the side of P-Vision. So
Satanix. Ata sniper eh.
they've got the stampede as well. There's the
Go, go.
Oh, ano ko? Toxic.
Wala ko nang nakakakuha pa pre. Uy, yung kadagdag. Kinukuha nila eh. Kasi
Takin na nakasas
Gago.
na. Hindi na pa yan ah. Parang collapse eh. Kasi maganda yung laro niya eh.
Gagi, patay din yung ano. Patay rin pala sa Danik, pre.
Hindi na pa yung mabubuhat yung center niya. Ganda ng mga play niya.
Gets the connection. The roar came up in time. It hits everybody.
Galing nga mag-Mars yan, pre.
They have the information. XG.
Kaya sila natalo ng game man, wala siyang ginagawa, pre. Judgeable.
Motherboard.
Judgeable London Breaker eh.
something that P-Vision is going to be able to rely on. It gives an opening for them to start the push back their own way. We'll see
So,
this
eh, ang ganda ng contest. Kung tayo yan, hayaan lang natin yan eh, na.
They couldn't click it.
Yeah,
Oh, pre.
they just have to step up.
Grabe, pero siya pala. Wala na.
Pag tayo, pre, ano lang.
And no position ready for Satanic
Like,
to be
smoke
able to
lagi late.
with Arme in there with the ultimate.
Kaga pa rin, Roshan. Nalimutan.
XG.
Yung cart lagi nilang binibuild doon, hindi ko nabubuo yan ah.
Roshan, that Aegis slips away.
And they make the right
Vulnerable kasi, di ba, pre? Pag sinakay.
Oo, tinry ko sa demo yung vulnerable.
exact moment.
Ginawa nila yun eh, nila Parivision.
Try and get Arme online, and we were seeing just
Yung kay
with that
GPK,
move
pre,
alone,
naka-double asa lang, kawawa.
XG.
Hawak kaya.
They know the potential
Wala
of
siya,
the
patay lang.
Bakit pre, TA, tapos pag sinakay mo sa cart,
with that as Satanic's farm.
Oo.
Massive move there
Mas
from
pumalo.
XG that absolutely
Ah, Medusa, pag sinakay niya mamaya.
See that matchup in
Okay,
particular, right?
no.
This Dusa versus the minus armor
Lakas pang
draft. How
save.
tanky she truly can be. That's now that she's been able to get this
Ex-Nova,
far.
pre. Gusto ko rin manalo yan sa Ex-Nova.
Going to Daedalus next.
Good player yan.
pre, si Ame.
Ang daming cheer kaya amin, narinig ba kanina?
Broken a bit
Sa
here.
crowd.
What's going to be
Hugging
the
eh.
adaptation they go for?
Supported siya ng crowd eh.
Di nadampot, pre. Kung si Gabi, nadampot niya yun.
Let's see if P-Vision gets caught in that type of scenario with the
Kayang-kaya ni Gabi yan, no?
Literally got
Tamang
zero
team lang.
points off because of that.
Galing dumampot nila ako rin ng Aegis eh.
could not turn and fight back.
Star Knights nga, pre.
5-2.
Ang galing nila, lakas mag-carry, pre.
Lakas si Gabi, kayang-kaya niya yan. Kaya niya si Ami talaga eh.
The smokes
Team lang talaga.
Inuri nga siya, pre, ni Seb eh.
Success.
Ano lang talaga, no? Hirap sila pag Euro. Kasi ano, homesick.
Ganda ng ano niya, pre, laruan niya kung sa entity siya.
The next
Oh.
enemy gets caught in the silence.
Tingin ko hirap lang sila sa location talaga. Baka ikaw ba naman titira dun, pre?
Puta, taas ng ping mo niyan, pre.
They're still gonna keep
Saka nakaka ano yan, bro.
catapult.
Mag-isa ka dong Pinoy.
They will have to respond.
Parang si Abed.
Si Abid naman yata, foreigner rin pamilya.
now on Satanic, so a chance to slide out.
Yung foreigner din niya si Abid.
Even around that
Ah,
Taga dun din talaga.
move on to DM. DM of course very very
Ano, pre?
tanky.
He did just pick up a heart.
Taga dun din talaga si Abid.
Unlikely they can actually chase this bristle back.
pagkakabito lang yun, pre. Naka-BPN lang ata eh.
Not really overreacting to the whole all these plays that have happened so far. Still splitting up, getting that farm going. Beastmaster.
No, yun ang pick
refreshed,
yan.
finished up.
Diesel boy.
So still feeling confident. Maybe
So,
waiting until that
Centaur.
Aegis goes down and looking for their own player. Maybe they're just gonna look to play around objectives.
Oo, plane ko, pinipik ko.
Go for the next
That's
Roshan
big, great.
once it does get taken away.
Bibi,
Don, pre, no? Favorite.
Across the board, the farm
See?
does favor them on their
Don Breaker, favorite.
XG
Oh,
very
Don
top heavy, resting on the shoulders of Arme on the Medusa.
He does not have that Aegis, of course, too. So if they full focus fire the Dusa, they could potentially kill if they have XXS controlled in a way, so he can't card it.
They're going to have a haste rune ready for no one for the next move. Of course, with that pressure picked up refresher.
XM.
Find that solid initiation.
Pag
with the
T-sniper
double
to,
wall.
diada to eh.
Going for his own Lincolns, too, so he doesn't roar himself potentially.
Grandmaster sa sniper lang.
DM just continue to grab this mid wave, making sure that with this last moments of the Aegis on XG, they can't really push on for tier 2s.
Too hard to push out also versus TA. TA just puts traps in every lane, just can pop the trap and continue to slow down the push too. So P-Vision's, when the game slows down, you still see that economy game go up for them. Even though they did lose that Roshan area, they go back up to this 12k lead after just a couple moments.
Ngayon na lang ulit nakakita ng heart kay BB ah.
Stepping out on the bottom lane here.
Okay.
Last 30 seconds of XXS's Aegis is ready. Let's see if they can
Ito na
make
yung
some
favorite
sort of
item ko
jump.
dyan, ha?
Not gonna happen. Satanic quick with the blink.
Power
20
spike
seconds left on
talaga.
it.
I mean, can they try and push this tier 1 tower, or is that still a
Hindi
little
ako-
too risky, do you think, for them?
It
Ha?
can be dangerous.
Bibi ni Amar.
Vision can definitely still
Oh.
look for these fights.
I mean, Ame feels strong. And does have a lot of damage to dish out with that
Hindi
Daedalus
sila
stun.
nag-ads.
Clever move there from no one. He was gonna go through the portal. He
Maraming
was a bit
spray.
afraid, and for good reason. XXS was there ready with the Centaur Conqueror. Sends the board through scouts. Now they're gonna TP. P-Vision is looking for the fight now. Civ Extreme is able to work that magic they did before. Positioned on the high ground. A Daedalus. He's on Ame.
Now ready to start hunting for them. XM ready to join. I mean, they could be in a good spot to try and
Sa Mia sa alin nyo kasi, hindi na sa Mia eh.
get the trap around.
They don't have a smoke of their own.
Ata.
So it's gotta be
Invoker
revealed
Lord.
immediately when they kill the trap here.
Xnova will pick up one now, but has to make
Pag
his way
binanin
out.
Bokar pre, wala na atang hero yun eh.
Push.
It's gonna come in.
DM's gonna hit the tower.
Yeah, they gotta get back in now.
Flip is forced.
XXS does get the jump, but again, this bristle feels pretty unkillable at this moment.
Okay
in
na,
time.
success. Baka nabati ko ah. Ito magtata ito eh.
Yung bobo ng kills pala. 5-2 lang.
To do a very good job of
Kago
keeping
pre,
his
ano nga
lanes
lang. Game 2, isang clash lang. GG na.
extreme to sort of get
Oh,
out and get
tayo na.
aggressive with them.
Pag nakakalamang si ano,
The
yung
best
isang
they can do
team,
is sort of respond,
pinafarm lang nila pre.
as we saw them do to that Roshan attempt from P-Vision.
Sila
Try to
nag-engage.
get Ame in position to
Kahit
fight.
may
And that
Aegis,
feels like what this game is
sila
just gonna be,
maakyat.
right? It's gonna be about the Roshan contest. Who's gonna be able to get these Aegis
Patience,
at this point. P-Vision, every time the game slows down, their net worth just continues to skyrocket up to 3 cores, so... See how these next approaches come. As Ame, level 23 has been hit. Getting closer and closer toward 25.
Ganda pala nung pre nung ano, nung curveball.
24. He's got the
Sa
swift
pack.
link finished up.
Oh,
Pag early game. Yung pag binabalik mo sa yung nagsa-slow mo. Namamatay yung ano pre, yung nasa dulo.
It's
Kapag
a tense
nag-stay ng matagal. Kasi may matitira doon eh, parang isang guhit.
5
Pag diretso lang.
Pretty crazy.
tagal ko lang din ang
It is
Tututunan ko sa
the
kanila
most
pre.
important game for these teams at the moment.
And the last chance for both of them to make it forward to the grand finals at the International. Nobody wants to be the first to make the mistake that could cost their team the game. So both teams playing ever so careful now in these moments.
Ooh, and Ame
Yung
looks like
pack
he's
pa
gonna
yata,
go
di
down
natago.
Silver Edge route. So looking for an option to be able to actually kill DM, because until they have a Silver Edge, killing him just feels pretty impossible for now. And DM has been posturing himself a bit far forward here. No one, as we said, Lincoln's soon to be finished to prevent Roaring himself in particular. Yeah, P-Vision, as you said, gold lead. They do continue to grow it. Kalis also going for the Crimson Guard next to block out some of that Deuce's damage. 25 has been hit, Satanic. Fraction instances are there.
Now Ame very close to 25 himself. Just under a level behind.
XM will be able to snatch that shield rune. DM was about to pick it up.
Ba't niya tayong Bokar eh? Yung Bokar sana ni Noah, no?
The defense down bottom.
Roche, it's a very, very quick spawn, Owen.
Monster.
Trying to clear out the way for him. We're going to see Satanic make the jump over towards him. He's got the Ghost Scepter at the ready though, XXS.
Kahit sino na
So
manalo
at the
dyan, no?
moment, of course, no answer from P-Vision.
Si Noah,
They're very
pero
close
kailan
to
manalo
having
yan?
a
Tagal na
fire
yan.
on DM, so
Tagal na yan pre. Kabatch ni Miracle yan eh.
Sabi nga sa Reddit eh, kahit sino na manalo eh.
Almost for that. Medusa
Si
as well.
Noah,
The
si
Bristle.
Crit,
XM
or si
scouts the Roche.
Ame.
definitely want to have a say about this.
Ayaw manalo si Amor pre.
Extreme, it
Huh?
absolutely gave
Ayaw
them a
manalo
little
si
bit of
Amor.
life in this game to get Ame to a position where he
Lakas naman
might
siya,
just
pre.
be able
Deserve
to
niya rin.
carry them here on the
Lakas
Medusa.
din.
Can they
Tayo naman,
contest the
2018 lang, 3 kay MM Marlon.
And we have to keep eyes also on
Big
his
Eddie
forward
Marlam.
contribution. It's something we always have to keep tab on in
Skills
these
talaga
fights, 'cause
pa
it does
malaki.
make you take that extra
Skills,
damage
pre.
too.
Skills.
We did see really make a difference in that last fight. DM,
It's going to start it straight away. XM knows what's up.
Si Ame pre, maganda, para ano.
P-Vision.
Trash to kay Gabi.
Situation are going to be much
Tandaan
more
ka.
careful about how
Di
they
na
go
ang
about
ground.
taking Roshan down.
but farming a
Racist
lot.
pa naman yan
You
sa
see
Pinoy.
Satanic still continue to hit creeps bottom, top. No one was also just farming
Trash
it
talk
up.
lang naman, okay lang.
Said every moment
Trash
that goes
talk
by,
lang, pre.
he does continue to go up.
Tinikir din naman niya pre si Ame.
Tense moments here at the standoff. P-Vision.
Close to a big purchase as well for 9 class. Nearly has the E-Blade, so
Sa Tonic din, sa akin, so manalo to,
also
sapit
potentially
mag-carry
save
yung
those that are getting gone upon by the Medusa.
I mean, if the Manta gets
Ano,
used, then you
unang
just eat
first
what
appearance,
it's
pre, no?
for a
Yeah,
long
champion
time.
agad.
It's
Para
not
sa
gonna be
ano
a
pre,
big tax,
si
so
Miracle, parang
it'll be
ano.
a very, very good pickup if he is able to get it.
Lahat ano,
DM,
bihirang
He knows that
ano.
he can very safely
Kailan
start
mo
working
babaon,
on
pre, no?
Bihirang magbaba yung network. Ayun na.
Oo, bro.
He did not see it.
Oh my goodness,
Ano,
yeah, the
break?
Silver
Ano,
Edge
break?
reveal there
Ah,
from
Silver Edge.
Ame,
Silver Edge, pre.
allowing them to just destroy this bristle. He did not expect
Situational
that one bit.
item, pre.
And Aurora actually went off during it too, so now XG can potentially start this. DM is dead for 65 seconds. He uses gold.
And the Silver Edge purchase coming in geniusly there from Ame.
He truly did not expect it to come right there.
Onyx.
Immediately gets the lead.
Bihira
Satanic
magtae,
top
bro.
bottom.
Gonna try and put a bit of split
Hindi
push
nagtatay masyado to, no?
Get the tower. Ame's able to push back the wave though.
He's trying to buy time for his bristle to respawn and for that Roche contest. Ame, 25 is hit. Plus 40 int. A lot tankier now.
I'll head back around the Roshan.
And the next few pickups too for Ame are going to be scary, right? Once he gets the Aghanims with this build, Daedalus plus Scotty, he is going to be hitting very hard on everybody.
They can step into the pit themselves now. Exim's got his eyes
Go.
on it. There's another pickoff here around the pit. Definitely
Ban yung ano, pre? Ban ba Monkey tsaka ano?
to
Slark?
step in and go for this. Nine Class will fight back and they'll have DM back in 10 seconds.
Slark pre, kay 9 class
Ame's
yun.
gonna take this down pretty quickly though. It's got a lot of damage
Kaya
on the
nag-gold ring
Medusa.
ata.
P-Vision, if they want to interrupt, they've got to try and do it soon.
There's the roar. But Link does tap it.
Can they time it? Already know. Exim, he's on the back lines. He's up in the high ground and he's making sure that there's no chance of interruption. He gets
Sipin
it
mo
with the
pre yung tayo may
Dream Coil
kalaban
and
na
makes sure
gano'n,
they
Slack,
do not
para
have
makakita
any
ka ng galaw.
option of interrupting.
Tayo mag-e-enjoy
So
dun,
it's
no?
an easy secure there with the Roshan and
Goodnight
4x.
talaga.
Ginawa niya sa ano, pre, sa Disruptor?
With the Aegis.
Yung
Refresher shard new.
yung
Now
kulong
two for the
tas yung
center.
yung
Ways
SS.
to protect his core. Double
Nag,
stampede, double
naglapag ng
burst.
Iron Branch, pre, kaya,
If you
kaya
want to use
nakalabas.
that is, they could even give it to Ame or to
Galing
the
gago.
All are very good options. This truly is building up to be the hyper carries versus the hyper carries, but this Dusa is getting very scary, Owen.
Absolutely. You can only imagine that from XG's side of
Prediction
things,
ko,
they
Enigma
are
eh.
going to feel that this game, it's getting to the
Ako rin,
point
pre.
where Ame is absolutely going to have what it takes
XG,
to
XG,
wala.
parang
carry them
beating na ako.
through to the grand
Wala pa kay
finals.
Sarka.
Even if they are quote
Stars
unquote getting
aligned.
outfarmed by these multiple cores, the Dusa can stand her own versus this for
Okay,
sure.
wala na Enigma, hype niyan. Daming pansang Enigma eh, no?
Hirap, pre, hirap smile eh.
Has to be
Tingnan mo
very
yung mga
careful
bias na
now
mga
at this
replay
point,
pre,
too.
pag Enigma laban,
They can just die in an
daming
instant in
views.
one stun. Can't just get brought
Siguro,
down because
pag
that's
siguro
so
kanya nagsasalita, pre, dami sumisigaw.
Diba?
So where Ame's going to go next?
Ini-interview siya bago mag, ano, pre.
The focus in these fights right now. Are they calling to go all in on the Dusa, or do they have to now spend more resources on being like, hey, our TA on the backlines is getting destroyed by this pug. We've got to somehow get XM off Satanic.
They still have, I think their approach of killing XXS at the start of things, though, looks the best, right? Prevent him from getting Stampede or Workhorse and then try to isolate things, but it is not an easy approach by any means. Not from either team, as you see there. And amp damage, though, that could make things quite a bit easier. This does spawn top.
Ay, hindi
Ready for the next fight, XM now hitting 25.
Saka yung
The
figure
Aghanims.
natin,
And
sinasabi
an
mo.
amp damage, and they give him the Refresher Shard. That could be absolutely massive.
Dapat maunahin nila pack niya.
This game here,
Yeah.
XM.
Not been tripped up
pre.
by any of these
Oh,
little
mayan, pre.
Shard
Halingkin.
traps just yet.
Kaya nga eh. Namatay niya sa Dahanik eh.
Into the real
Kulit
carry as
kasi.
well, too.
They're just doing so much in that last team fight, especially when you consider just relatively the positioning he was in terms of farm compared to like all three of the cores of P-Vision. You know, he was a fair few thousand behind, but still just doing so much with the resources that he has on the puck.
And this level 25 might change the game, might just make it very much harder for P-Vision to actually approach things, because now Ame, he literally can just charge in. If there's a coil, he gets in front of them with Stone Gaze. They might just die because of this, because they won't be able to break out without getting stunned.
No, for sure, and they can maybe sort of try and turn and stand their ground and try and kill Ame. But even though they did in that last fight, you saw just how long it did take to bring the Medusa down.
Right, look at this. A Yule's now picked up for no one. So looking for any ways of maybe just delaying and prolonging these fights. A Wind Waker, perhaps.
You can pick that up.
It's gonna be some crazy. These team fights could last over a minute, and we could see potentially what 3 roars, 4 roars.
I mean, we've got to be careful with the buybacks, right?
Yeah. How are those looking?
Few of them a little short on the gold, especially with this purchase. So Ame very much going all in, gets the disperser completed.
This next fight is going to be crazy.
If XM gets a good dream coil,
He's gonna get one.
he's gonna find the
Holy
Huli, pre.
shit! It's...
Gago, bura.
May buyback, may buyback.
XG ready to push up on the second coil.
He's doing it. Oh, ano ka, di pa si ano? May sinakay sa ano?
Gago din na kayo, pre.
Ganda pong ligtas pala dun sa mga ano? Lockdown?
Oo.
XSS, masyado ka maasim, kita mo nag-buyback.
Gago yan na.
Oh, naipit na. Silver Edge.
Ano na silbi yung mga goal.
Oo, pa siya na
Burag.
Silver Edge siya.
They're kiting out the Dusa for now. XM continue to
Pre, back ka na mo. Putang ligot.
taken away from Ame.
Hindi nga mapunta.
Ay, bago namatay, pre. Dami siya, pre.
Oo, patay.
So Satanic,
Stop, pre. Wala nang silbi yung mga yan.
Oh, Silver Edge 2 seconds. Ano na yan?
Ay, buyback,
May
buyback.
buyback.
Gago na break, pre.
Po, pre. Walang tatak po.
Ayun na, makunat na ulit. Out lang.
Okay, papadebate dyan. Hindi ako play niyan, tsagayin niya na.
Gago, walang mana. Alay ka na.
DM, may buyback.
Multiple
Buyback, pre.
buybacks from both sides.
Tatlo nag-buyback sa ano.
Trying to use
XG,
as
pre.
best as possible, trying to go for these backline heroes on P-Vision, but it's hard to ignore Ame. He's got too many tools to catch up to them there with the Stampedes, with the Disperser, but XM hit buyback
Nice
is a
one.
big one too.
Even XXS coming in with a buyback. We'll see how much they want to try and force it, because obviously if they can take Satanic out,
Could just be the,
it could be
probably
game over. Whereas for them, if say they do die, they don't have the buybacks available. As long as Ame's still in the game, ready to pull,
Ame is
there's a chance
doing
that
it.
XG could hold
Immortal, may
without the
buyback
full
ba?
buyback.
Ang
So,
buyback.
a slight
Sim,
window of
100
opportunity
naman.
here for XG if they want to try and play on the aggressive.
Absolutely, we see there. I mean, Ahmed, he now has gold for the buyback. We're seeing the switch and build here from Satanic. He's going for a butterfly, so looking for a tool to be able to fight back versus this Dusa. But this 25 coil, you see the power of it.
Kanya
You
Ginso.
just get a catch on
Ginso
the
dyan.
main core, and there's not a whole lot of counterplay versus it.
Especially if he can get this nullify as well. If he's able to jump in, get the coil off, throw the nullify down on a key target, that should be the setup required for Ame to follow, bring in the damage, and get these sort of kills.
Because the only way that they can actually save versus that Axe coil is the Wind Waker from no one at the moment. So if they do get that nullifier on top of it, it could be game if they do bring down that CA.
Pag naka-reproc ba, parang nababawas sa mana?
As we say, has to be watched here in this next play.
Ano, pre?
Pag naka-reproc, nababawasan pa rin ng
He might change the way
diffusal.
he plays and approaches a bit here because of
Bata,
this
pre,
Wind
kasi
Waker
ano,
to protect
physical lang yun.
the TA
Magic yung ano, di ba?
That 25 coil.
Hindi ko
He's
alam.
going to be
Ano,
desperately
break?
trying to scramble to
ba't
get that last
nababawasan?
1,000 gold or so. Does not want to be
Nababawasan.
caught without the money for buyback.
Very true.
A BKB now for DM, so
Walang mana yung
a bit of a
TA, pre.
better
Walang
chance
reproc.
of being caught and found at the start.
This game is absolutely crazy.
And here we go, they're going to go for the smoke
Order no
P-Vision.
Steam
A
Deck, please.
potentially risky move, but again, at the same time, if they can get Satanic in position and they can kill both XM and XXS, that'll at least give them the opportunity to very likely secure the next Roshan and maybe even take away a set of racks. Maybe even more.
It has to be the way they approach, right? Is isolate the Dusa, kill the rest of the targets, and then go for it. Ame commits the goal.
He is going all in. No buyback on him, so now yeah, essentially all three cores of Extreme playing without buyback here with Ame spending up.
It is a extremely strong pickup.
Look for the Raw. Track as well. Just a
Big
little bit
boss
of
na
a
yan,
tease to
pre.
see what they get out of XG.
Sige
Too
yung
much to
mukha
be
niyan.
forced.
I mean, this
Pwede
Axe is
unahin yan, pre.
ridiculous.
Mauupo sila dyan eh.
Gonna be able to hit all the
Ayan,
targets.
sa pala.
Talaga, pre, pak dapat unahin nila.
They want to try and enable him in the fight and find the opportunity to bring down Satanic and take him
Tingnan,
out
pre.
for good whilst his buyback still on cooldown for 4 minutes.
Roshan up 2 seconds.
O nga, no. Yung item niya.
He's gonna get the positioning for
siyempre.
this one here.
Nag-disperser. Disperser ba binili
No
niya?
one does have the
Okay,
buyback.
pre, kahit anong item pa yan. Buyback pa.
Lagi nag-ags. Kinahin niya ags.
Now, yeah, as you said, now he can
Kaso kasi,
pretty much prevent that save.
walang
that can come out
buyback
from the
din yung
beast
mga
master,
kampi
focus
niya.
that target. Allow his Dusa to hit.
Pre, pag natalo sila sa clash,
Vision
GG na.
wants the call.
Hindi kasi baka ano eh, mumpitas siya na siya lang.
Ano na, pre, gamble na yan.
Okay, P-Vision.
Mag-aegis, pre.
Gis, mag-gis.
Smoke from
So,
themselves.
contest yan, pre, di pwedeng hindi.
Need to hold the high ground.
Winning factor yan, Aegis.
Ame,
Na-break gago. Lambot niya pag binreg.
that Outworld staff could come into play to protect
Birds,
the
pre,
end a lot
ano
versus
nga
this
dyan?
break right
Now
now.
we're seeing it already.
Nakamit
If
lang
you
ata,
give
pre.
that Extra little moment to survive.
Nakapokus sa ata, pre.
Split second things can absolutely make the difference here.
Nagka-analyze.
The battery
Parang
to
ganun.
protect the
Ang hirap nung ginagawa nila, pre, sa yun. Unlock parang, hindi agad ma-trigger. Ay, nagdilalak nila.
What's the rune gonna be?
No one's got the high
Kasi
ground
anak
set
pa lang.
up. They're gonna see Ame step forward. They're gonna push back.
Gago.
Pag-iwan lang. Holy shit.
Maganda yung target nila, pre.
Kaso, Nina burst.
Burst, pre.
Nagre-pressure para sa dalawang Wind Waker.
Ame getting a few hits in the sky. Even the BKB's out for no one. He'll get
Gago, need siya si Satanik.
Spell casting super fast
Di
from
nila
both sides.
na-burst.
E-blade thrown on
Hindi
DM
na
to
burst.
protect
Pwede
him.
First
burst.
I mean, and we're
Kaya
seeing
kasi mang save kaya Centaur
he's
inuuna
got
nila.
his for the Centaur. He wants to make
Nalipayan
sure
eh.
every possibility there is
Kaya mang save ng
no
cart, pre, no? Kaya inuuna nila yung Centaur.
Oh.
And that was his Aeon disc
Pag
box.
na- ano nila
very
si Ame.
important one. XX says it's 80 seconds
Kakart
that
yan.
Aeon disc won't be available for him if they do focus him.
Tinanggal niya na yung DSO.
Vision.
Standoff at the Roche again.
Titanic thinks about sort of
Ano naman, tangin na, magtayo ka na naman dyan.
a smoke from P-Vision there. They're eating through these smokes.
And Coil still on cooldown, 20
Pag-init
seconds
siya, no?
also. Doesn't look like they'll be able to take
Satani.
advantage of that one as the buybacks are getting closer and
They
closer.
are just a couple more minutes until we'll start seeing them all come back online.
Hindi, mag-dagger out pag ano. Naka-refract eh.
Very close to farming his
Para
back
may
up,
shield rune.
1400 to go.
Pag naka-coil, bro, hindi pwede.
Considering his next option.
Pwede, pre.
XG has to
Raishin,
just
pre.
I said XX.
Stampede at the ready. They have the means to save him if he
Yun
gets
ako,
jumped.
nakakabayan, no?
P-Vision knows.
Walang hinga.
Ang galing din yung ginagawa nila. Yung Satanik.
Taking out a fair
Sinaside-blade yung trap.
That's
Oh.
1200 gone.
Sa Iblis, yun yung papuluin.
Masakit kasi yung yung
Double
side-blade
on
eh.
top with,
Spawn.
I don't even know how
It's
many
normal.
12 range creeps. So top tower,
Yun na, long
very
game.
likely to fall too. So tier 2 pressure.
Bawal mainip,
Someone's gonna have to
kami.
deal with it. It's gonna be XM.
Kunin mo yung buyback mo, 500 na lang, oh.
Able to
Grand
farm him,
finals yan,
find
pre,
back
kung sino
to the
manalo.
Yaku's blessing and still have
Hindi na pera
the
habol ni
buyback
Ami
goal.
dyan.
Alright.
Satanic
Sige,
turn.
pre.
Try and take a poke at the Roshan.
Balik Genshin talaga yan.
He's going to be there. Off to the side. They're looking at DM.
Oh, good.
Force out the BKB.
Too hard for
Bakit ito na
Too hard for
DM?
them to focus on BKBs
Walang
and the
Lotus
outworld
kasi.
staffs and we'll be okay. No BKB though, 85 seconds, but that is a stampede used.
Ano mag-Wind Waker, para pag na-break siya.
Pwede rin, no? O Wind Waker na lang siya niya, no?
Close to half
His
HP.
monster.
No one, as you say, he's just sort of focused on getting pressure on elsewhere. Maybe see if he can get a chance to kind of peel some of the attention away from Roshan. But Ame straight back in the pit once more.
Ame is 150 short of buyback. Satanic's buyback is back at the ready.
All right.
Kalmahan mo.
Full lineup having the buyback now online
Genshin
for
Impact ka
P-Vision.
dyan.
He's got the gold.
Tandaan na lang, may buyback na.
In the centaur, but they are actually
Ay,
missing the gold.
portal.
And of course, with Roshan being in this position, it will be that much easier for P-Vision.
So, nag-defusal din mga nila, no?
Buybacks and use those second lives if the fight goes
Hindi
down.
yata kailangan, papaluin na lang.
Being on the dire side.
Tuntukan lang talaga.
Pusin na lang sa damage.
Take this Roche before it makes the
Pangit
move
din kasi
next minute.
disperser sa TA. Ang silbi.
So it's the favorable spot for them.
You can feel that pressure.
It's going to be a very, very
Wala,
painful team fight for
wala
one of these two
nila yan.
teams.
They dropped the banner for Vision.
After the jump of the outward star.
Wala lang dodge.
So the hoop stop. I'm trying to get back in onto Ame.
I mean, that's pretty funny, right? They dropped the banner just for
Si
Vision.
XS na nagpunaro sa kanila eh, yung Batrider.
I haven't been able to check.
Sa Betboom.
Okay, they do
Play
still
na, no?
have one left
Batrider.
next Nova, but
She will have to deal a little bit with the creeps. That top wave getting very close to the base. So
Roche is gonna start
Oh,
shifting
balaso, pre.
relatively soon.
Ang
40 seconds.
tagal nila dyan, no? 3 minutes na ata sila dyan sa Roshan.
if they can sort of wait this out.
Yan na!
One.
Ako na, wala, pre!
Hindi ka rin, hindi ka.
Nakabalik ko lang.
Anong vision, pre?
Pre,
Nakabalik ko lang, nangyari.
Range of the sentry there,
Pre?
so
pre, kanina pa sila sa Roshan.
to get that roar.
Parang 5 minutes
4
na.
minutes na, 5 minutes.
Nakabawi yung XG. Nakabawi nga.
Bawi, pre.
Pre, walang bawi sa Medusa. Late game habol niyan.
As well, do they have?
Di nila napasok yung Medusa. Di nila na-install.
At least two at the ready, so they will be
Nasa-save na ano yun, ang centaur.
Hindi ka sila nakapag-aegis eh. Part lamang pa sila.
but they know that 55 minutes is coming up.
Si Warlock lang ata pinapatay nila, pre. Si Warlock lang pinapatay nila.
Soon, XXS the only one short of it, 900
Mo
away.
ba? Maganda daw kayo.
The chances of the
Alay, pre, boss 5.
Pag namatayan, pre, di ba may golem?
XG able to sort of wait.
Hindi, nakuha na ba niya yung talent? Ba niya ata nakuha? Ay, nakuha na niya.
Feeling to die yan, pre.
Feeling to die na talaga yan. Pwede kang mag din eh. Pwede kang mag-daggerin dyan eh. Daggerin ka sa gitna, tapos fatal.
Division just continues to send creeps to the sides. They're trying to get that momentum.
Ayun na, pre, lumipat na yung Roshan, pre. Di pa rin sila tapos.
Ay, bak na lahat.
Smoke up, XG. They're gonna start.
Okay, yaman na ata ni, sa Tonic. Nakapag-ano na, sweepling eh.
Target pa rin mayaman na lahat. Tinanggal niya na
Ako.
kayo niya.
Kisses coming in as well. Just trying to put
Napilitan mag-silver eh.
Ano, pura, pre?
Huwag ginula yung baby! Kit mo! Ang kit ng ano mo! Okay lang, AG secure lang. AG secure lang.
AG's high ground.
Bilis pumalo ng TA.
Ayun na, pati
Mas
yung
makuha
golem
ng box,
nililigtas.
careful there.
Ay, sweepling kill. May ano na ba siya, Moonshine?
On this Medusa,
Ay, yaman na
you
niya.
saw that how close DM got to just dying in seconds.
They are absolutely
Bibi
having
kasi,
issues
Ayun lang, pre. Yun lang.
to maneuver around this Medusa.
It's gotten to that point.
Ah,
Yan,
Kung ikaw,
talaga naman,
kung ikaw nag-TA niyan, pressure, mag-ags ka niyan.
Looks
Ito.
like we are potentially gonna
Ay,
be
Rashid.
60 minutes with
Oh,
the way
pre,
all things have been going down.
dikit-dikit yung XG, oh. Pwede kang mag-split push.
How are these levels looking? GQ
Yan, tagal nila 5 minutes, pre. Sa Roshan.
Diba? Kaya nga, inuna pa niya, ano,
level advantage
hindi pa
also
pala siya
on the
naka...
side of XG.
Ganda sana ang sa
Sinakla
kanila.
niya yun, no? Basta ganyan yung
Alright, cool.
mega siya kahit isa.
Probably the
Hindi
first
naman siya
to see
mapapatay
us in
pag
our
isa lang katapat eh. Kailangan marami. Ihakabutin siya ng...
Oh yeah, there it is. It's queued up now on Satanic. He's holding on to a lot of money.
Di naisip, pre. Di naisip.
AC na yung ano, pre, naka-AC na.
It has to be considered.
Yaman na snapper nga naman niloko.
Immense burst.
Kasi hindi mag-AC yung
He's able to take them
nag-Shiva.
out straight away.
But they have so
Wala silang, ano, Kiras holder.
Ano man yung talo?
Because with the Ghost Scepters and the Aeon
Oh,
Discs,
30 na naman.
the levels are
Tier 5, pre. Pag nagka-tier 5 na.
to bring down this Dusa.
Because what do you imagine no one's next purchase is going to be?
Yun lang, defensive yung
He's
beast.
also getting sort of a nullifier himself somewhere in the build.
He might have to, but what does he really want to replace? Maybe just move the
Or
boost.
lang,
Defensive,
pre.
Not sure.
Waker Legends.
Ako, kanina pa siya nabubuhay ng wake up, pre.
Oh, pre, pero ano ka?
siya para makapagdalawang waker.
Push forward with 3 minutes.
Pero ano rin yan, tawag doon. Pipili ka eh, mabubuhay ka o dadamage ka eh.
Extra who stop durations at 3 seconds.
Ano nang i-impact din si Noan eh. Parang di na kaya ng hero.
Wala kasing ano pre, damage item, nag-defensive ka. Pag na-over ka talaga sa defensive,
Pag nabitaw niya hero, wala na eh. Siya magawa eh.
It's useful.
yun lang yung trabaho niya pre. Nag-error lang siya dyan, kaya very fresh. Dalawang waker, dalawang
Nakabigay
big.
yan, no? Mamamatay yan sa amin.
Oo.
Kasi,
Double coils.
Wala na pre, wala na siya impact, roar na lang yung pwede niya
Nag-check
gawin.
na yung crowd, pre. Nag-high ground. High ground na si
Can
boss.
they get Arme off the high ground? In fact, they're just gonna
Ay!
straight in there.
May pag-asa pa? Gagi, sakit ng coil.
Ay, tumbak
Pre,
pre.
ito ng pre, patay yung... Patay yung alaga.
May gana, may gumana. Discipline. Pagkaan lang.
Exit ka na eh. 9 class, wala kang ano. Lock talaga mag-ano na ito. Pak, tsaka sniper. Ayop yan.
Catches two and then catches the third.
Just so
on the
much
second one.
damage.
Binuwat din niya si Ami ng gamit pak isang series eh.
In that combo there, laid down by
Nagwawala
Jan.
yung pak niya.
Going through backdoor.
They'll
Ayan
take out the
na.
full set here on the bottom lane and still 2 minutes to
Tinatry
go.
side blade si
And
Medusa,
back
nangingiliti.
across towards the
Oh,
mid
kung
and the
nag-back
top
pa, may
lane
habaan
to
na rin.
alleviate some of the pressure that DM was pushing in with against
Mega pre, mega. Kailangan nila yung mega. Discipline yan pre. Kaya long game lahat pre, walang gusto
Feels like
tumalong.
Division have to do some type of different approach, but I
Pag
expect
nag-asim
someone
ka, no?
like this in order
Ayaw
to
pa nila
do
i-risk.
Magagaya kay ano pre, kay Crystalong.
Medusa.
Magkasing
Nagkasing masyado.
The fight just feels so difficult for them to approach.
Oo, ano, Crystal yung buo.
Scaling from XG has been perfect.
Binenta yung high ground push.
60-minute mark and
Mahal ka tumalong pre, mahal magmadali.
PV have had the net worth advantage and earlier a pretty
Ilan
significant
yan
one.
pre?
It
33.
just hasn't mattered.
Dalawa
Ay,
pa lang,
inip.
sayang ba kayong dalawa?
moment to go for that Roshan contest and then ever
Sayang,
since
last na ano, last na pala ni ano ni Pure sa BBT. Alis na pala.
Absolutely. And they still have 70 seconds
Ipat
left on
na.
this Aegis. Ame gonna look for the go again. They
Tapos ano, Spirit. Change roster din ata Spirit.
Ano nilagay agad yung banner, hindi pa maaangat. Grabe naman yan.
Bilis puluhan yan pre.
There's the jump, XXS finds
Kaya na!
They make the jump, the nullifiers there as well.
Nawali
Ito,
sa
nalipay.
Nalipay. Hindi nyo maliligtas yan. Di mo maliligtas yan, pre. Di mo malilig. May Skadi, tas nullifier. Wala.
Pre, may back to finals.
Huwag ka mag-joke, pre. Teka lang, huwag nyo muna batiin, pre. May buyback pa.
Yung kampi niya.
Hanggat di ba sa game round,
Face
pre.
lang,
May
pre.
miracle.
Give face.
Mata pa naman sa Danik, pre. Marami pang tia yan.
Pabalik pa next year yan.
XG, the backup for now.
Eh, nag-retire si Novan.
Gagi ano? Gagi ano si 9 class pag practice nila ibang hero.
Cannot let XG sort of
26.
Pag nabanslag mo yung mga pre, parang wala nang impact eh.
Wala pre. You know, Ines Glimmer. Ina mo, bagal mo.
Flat na alibayer. Pre, kulang sa slot.
They'll get the chance to find their neutrals.
Ano ba binili niya?
Probably stop the
Yung
chase
KB.
to try and secure
Butterfly.
Nakakad pa rin pala siya.
for themselves.
Ang binili na niya pre.
CR lang daw, pre.
I think we all need a little bit of a breather. XM, he's about to have his own refresher now finished up. He's at the liberty of
Gagi
na, Tobleg. Baka takin sa puso.
Gagi at si Bibi. Ay, may nullifier si...
Absolutely crucial.
May BOT2.
Extreme gaming.
Ano siyang baby?
Patay sana.
Definitely tasty.
Patay na sana yun pre si Zinke. Hindi nag-TV si Bibi.
To being able to step forward to the grand finals.
Just wondering how, just what's the approach going to be from P-Vision, right? There's just so many different tools that they have to get through.
Raishin na, bot.
TA versus these coils, how do you focus to do so? Or how do you
GG
ignore
sila,
the
dalawa kasi yung carry ng ano, extreme impact.
for them to
Lakas
approach?
damage yung pack.
They had all these sort of early attacks.
Ayan na ba sila, fight?
Tas sila, roar lang yung mid.
Vision putting that pressure on, but
Wala silang ano.
took the tier 3 bottom, but
Wala
they
silang
were
fight.
able to take a
Dapat
barracks
na,
away from
pwede ata
them.
maelstrom sa ano,
During
sa
those
pack.
earlier points when they had a
Lotus
significant
pre,
goal
hindi ka na
lead,
ng Lotus sa ano eh.
It's just been the Roshan contest,
Saan?
right?
Against ano? Against XG?
Sa break nila pre, lagi na ano, mamatay yung Breezed ba?
Having all the buff ups, right?
Ano pre, hindi natatanggal ng break kahit ng
Tatanggal
Lotus.
lang natin?
Hindi natatanggal ng Lotus pre.
Let's see what
Okay,
sort of
yun,
aggressive
ay, wait,
vibes they can
Kahit
bring
tatabi,
on
kahit
both
na mag-BKB ka pre, naka-break ka pa rin eh.
Ito yung dugo.
Makakanta ka talaga dun pre sa Silver Edge.
both teams to farm these
Maker
up.
talaga
Taste.
maganda.
Waker yan pre, Waker. Taste ka talaga dun.
Carries now.
Para lang
Kaso di na check pwede Waker.
That's who's gonna get
May nullifier. BKB niya naka...
Oh my, these dream coils from
So lang kasi
XM.
pwede yung makawak ng gem eh. That's na, Breeze, ano, Beast Master na lang makawak ng gem.
Di rin pwede pre, wala nang ibang slot.
Parang sayang yung isang slot niya pre, yung Breezed back.
Dat wala nang ano, dat di na lang
Why not?
mag-link.
Tanggalin niya na.
versus
Si Breeze, hindi si Beast dapat di na niya ata ilingkan yun.
So they've got this extra magic attack damage on their hits. And I imagine right with the Medusa, you get audacious, it will make sure with the aggro.
Oh, pwede na niya hindi ilingkan yun eh sa Beast.
80 magic damage, right?
Yes.
It should.
and he got spider legs too, right? So he's got this liberty to
Gila lang siya
fight
Hex.
easier.
Mas maganda pa Hex kasi sa...
No, Deso na siya.
Has got that extra attack range.
Katani.
So maybe a bit of a
Fair
chance
fight.
for him to find the position, but still
Isang flash lang yan pre. Sino ba tayo?
Walk of the day.
into his
Nairis nyo na, walang buyback.
And just honestly,
At Spider Leg si Medusa, tapos 100.
the dude so much in the last 20 minutes, right? It feels like
Angat
sometimes
na,
they're
pre!
so cautious.
Walang buyback.
Gagi yung pack pre, pack Deso pre, tapos 100 attack speed.
All the buybacks.
Tangina, tas may ags pa no. Putang ano, sakit niyan. Deso para asma.
Ball aggression.
Di si Hoodwink, iyak si pre. Iyak si Hoodwink dyan.
Extra damage that they can potentially get is absolutely
Tumatagas pa naman sa BKB yung coil.
Masakit na rin si ZNQ, naka ano, plus 40 attribute.
If they want to be very patient for it, but they do have quite a bit of tools at their
Eh,
arsenal
ano na
now.
yan?
XM
Spider legs, tangina, baka mahabol mo yan.
Straight away the Wind Waker. You see no one back off. Coil will be there
Parang
just
gusto na pati si Novan, walang buyback.
to keep him safe.
Joke lang, meron.
Ah, ang sakit.
Kailangan mag-BKB.
That's just the one coil.
Huwag na nga siya talaga mag-lingan pre.
Wait, should wake up.
Yan naman target eh, no?
Kings did block.
Wala naman masyado eh.
Did not likely.
Ayaw lang niya ata ano eh. Ayaw lang
Has
niya.
the refresher.
Ano bang ano, wala naman silang hold eh.
Ano nga yung Lincoln item yun?
Sayang Lincoln item, hindi ko rin para saan eh.
Para sa snake.
He's full slotted up.
Para di maging bato.
30 as well too.
Pag kinol out sa bagay, pag may shard kasi si
A little
Medusa,
bit can help.
pabalik sa
Puro
kanya.
ano, AOE. Wala na siyang team.
Lagi, tiisin mo na yung bato.
Growth has
Palit item ka na para sa damage.
feels like for the last
Pakunat na lang siya.
Ano, itaras mo yan, mas may impact pa sa Lincoln, you know?
XG.
Hex na lang siya para
Makapalo lang si
sa...
ano, si Satanic.
can just wait.
Mag-hex na lang siya, biglayin niya yung pack.
Kiras, bro. Anong kiras? Kiras lang, kiras.
So these 4.5 minutes of which the
Oh, wala rin silang kiras. Kailangan nila yun.
Titanic go down, the game
Yan
will
walang
fall to
buyback
an
ng
end.
kalaban.
Pangit ang item ni Noah.
Ako, patay.
Uy, lako yun. Hindi makakalis yan. Eh, Winaker.
Kagi, walang buyback yan pag namatay yan.
Yung Nalibayer.
Ayan na, Roy! Dakar!
Nag-grab pre! Sinundo!
Si Dio!
Nabuhay ang bukalin para sa barlak, pre.
Ano yung break pre? Ang tagal ng break.
Iba namatay
Gagol.
It's so
Ba't siya nagabul?
approach these fights. Ame
Inabol niya yung Warlock. Gusto niya tanggalin sa Clash. Kaso kunat na yan eh. Gagi, naka-drums ano yan eh. Drums Lotus eh. Kunat na yan eh.
Tama ka. Taong bahay ba?
Naka-divine na pre. Naka-divine. Yan, naka-divine.
GG
GG. GG.
No one! Sorry!
May divine na pala si Ame doon.
what a game, really. It may have been what
Tama
5-2
ni Di.
and the 35.
Nakangiti si Ame.
Offlane deep, pre.
Gabol nila, hindi pa napatay.
Throw shots, just knowing when to strike.
Bigat na bigat yung bata pre.
And even at a goal
Bata pa, nagbubuhat na eh.
Dalawang core pre, binabuhat niya. Bobo.
They tried, they
Sumahid pa rin, pre. Greatest, teenager.
Galing pa din, lakas niya.
Malakas naman si Noman pre. Malakas si Noman pre. Kasi pangit lang yung item niya.
Pangal item niya ngayon, pre, yung ngayon.
Pangit item
Yan,
yan.
pre. Tayo na. TA, di guys sumabay sa late game.
Next one.
Kailangan ng suporta, no? Kailangan may iba pang damage.
Ayan, si Noah.
Wala ibang papalo, siya lang din eh.
May finals. Pre,
Si DM, si DM pre, di naman malakas mag-complain eh. Malakas na mag-aura game.
3-time finalist na siya, no? Kami, pre.
25 minutes ago or so. But it felt like that's where XG hit their stride, got all their power.
Absolutely. Just the playmaking right from the two cores around Arme. You know, having
Ano yan pre? Si DM pre, pag nag-enigma nga yan eh.
It's like as soon as you show, this Sentinel's on top of you. He's ready to start the play. And those last few fights as well, the pressure that this Puck was doing, just putting on against P-Vision, they just didn't have a chance. They couldn't get anywhere close.
Ba't na, reshuffle na sila?
What a game, what a
Sino?
performance. Ladies and
Ano,
gentlemen,
P-Vision?
Extreme Gaming
Baka di yan pre. Bawi lang yan next year.
Rinig, pre.
Anong oras ba yung finals?
May halftime
May
ata.
konti.
Alam ko may halftime eh.
Ay,
May
nakapagod
half.
pala, no? 3 games sila, tas...
May ano pre, may halftime yan. May ano pa yung short film kasi
Ano kapagod dyan, pre. Sunod, ano? 8 laro kung sakali.
pre, yun nga yung ano pre. Yun nga yung ano 'di ba? Upper bracket advantage.
Pero pwede rin kasi gamitin ano, yung momentum eh.
Di pre.
Pagod.
Di ganun yan.
Mahirap yung pagod.
Ay, nakita mo yung ano pre, 'di ba? Yung liquid laban. Yun yung prefecto ng pagod pre.
队伍里面那么多老将，
Team spirit, pre.
，TI，这是你第二届 TI，
Iba naman, ano
有没有给你什么帮助？
Yun sila pre, nag-iinit talaga. Pero pag
Init, pre.
na-drain ka pre, pag matanda na, tapos drain.
That's alright。
Di talaga pre.
Tanda pa naman sa dami,
Si
pre.
Ame, hindi pwede yan.
Ay, nang comment dyan. It's alright.
Diyan naman si Doc eh, ano si Doc?
你那么镇定，跟平常打一样，在 TI 的舞台上打
XM on Doctor.
Parang bata pa rin to si ano. XM.
可能我就是不紧张嘛，就是
Lumang, ano rin, to yun, no? Parang lumang PSG. Coach nila si Xiao 8, di ba?
Si Nima.
Si Xiao 8.
That is hype.
Alam ko di naman agad mag-finals. Naglabas ng schedule si Wick. Alam ko i-Wick
What's the
yan eh.
secret to being the best sniper player in the world?
好了，需要问一个很私人的问题了。成为世界最
喂
棒
Jimuna
的火枪选手有什么秘诀呢？
Ano pre?
秘密。
Secret. He doesn't want to say it.
Fine, keep your secrets. That's all good with me. Do you have any words
Dapat
for the
eight.
you just
Pero no.
eliminated? P-Vision, you take them down.
Dapat 8 magsa-start na yung finals. Pero dahil kakatapos lang, baka
Any
i-us.
words for them?
P-Vision 打了一场
包括
非常
nine
的比赛，也这场比赛打很久，有没有什么话想对你的对
Okay,
手说的
open
呢？
ako.
我觉得对手打
这样
很棒吧，但是他们上去
这意思是没赢哦。
Naglaro ata kanina. Naglaro kanina. Naglaro sa isa kanina. After nung game 1 ng ano.
Gago, trash talk, pre.
Ano sabi?
Ano daw masabi niya sa Parivision? Kung sila daw nanalo, pre, di daw nila kaya yung Team Falcons. Kaya sila daw dapat pa.
会不会把
Hehehe.
这个
Easy. Trash talk muna.
Lagi, pre, may sumpahan trash talk dyan.
Walang ano.